So the other day, my wife and I are at dinner, and we're having dinner, and I pull out my wallet because I need to pay for dinner, and she notices in the back of my wallet that I have a business card, and she goes, "Well, what's that to?" And I said, "Oh, it's a business card that I got from a doctor that I had to see back in 2008. And she goes, well, why do you carry that business card from this doctor from 2008? And I proceeded to tell her that the reason why I do that is because on that day, this guy, well, he kind of became an angel to me, right? An angel. So you're probably thinking right now, what do you mean when you say angel? Like he had wings and he came down from the sky? And no, that's not what I mean. He became an angel. And let me tell you why. So back in 2008, I was a struggling photographer. I was low on cash. It was just tough. You know, the economy had crashed and I didn't have a lot. We had just foreclosed on a home and we had to move back into one of our old rental houses, and it was a smaller home. And we just made the best of it. We did what we had to do at the time. And I was offered a job and I took the job. And part of the job was I had to go do a drug test and, you know, all these other things. And so I went to go to this doctor's office, and I went in and to go see him, or to see a doctor, not knowing it was this guy. And it was probably one of the most greatest experiences I've ever had as a human and someone talking to me. So I'm sitting in the lobby, they call my name, and I go back into the room and I'm waiting for this physician, and the nurse, you know, she checks my blood pressure and stuff like that, and, you know, it made me, you know, do a drug test and typical stuff that you would do when you're, you know, getting a job. And so I remember I'm sitting there and I'm struggling because I really don't want to take this job. Like, it was not the job that I wanted to take. It was a great job, great money, great opportunity, but that's not what I wanted. I wanted to be a full-time photographer, and the truth is I felt like I was failing. I felt like I was completely, I was just a failure. I had failed so many times before this, trying to go out on my own, and it just kept happening. And at this time, I was just like, oh man, I gotta take this damn job. I don't want this job, man. I wanna keep trying to do what I gotta do. And I was just down and out. I really was. Like, you know, thinking that I just got a job in a down economy, you know, that would have been something really great, but nah, I was pissed. I didn't want it. I wanted nothing to do with it. So as I sit there in this office, all of a sudden, here comes this doctor. And he goes, "How you doing today, Mr. Lopez?" And me being who I am, I go, "Nah. Nah." I don't know if you ever seen the movie Trading Places, but remember when Dan Aykroyd had lost all his money and was the Santa Claus and he was drunk, and Eddie Murphy's character went to go see him and he's like, "Ah." That's how I felt. It's exactly how I felt. But he looks at me and he goes, well, Mr. Lopez, well, why don't you sound happy? And I go, I'm not happy because I'm failing at photography and I suck and I have to take this job. And he looks at me and he goes, Mr. Lopez, I too was just like you. I mean, here I am, a doctor, and I'm just here to give you a screening so you can get a job. What kind of doctor is that? He goes, but I had a good friend tell me a story once, and I think now's the appropriate time to share this story with you. And he looks at me and he says, how do you know that God doesn't need you to go to that job every day? How do you know that God doesn't need you to drive down the street every day? Every single day that you go to work, He needs you to take the same route so you can drive to work. And why does He need you to take the same route every single day? Because one day, there is going to be an accident. And there is going to be a woman who is pregnant in this accident. And because you take the same route every single day, you're going to be the one that helps pull her out of the car. But you know what's more important, Mr. Lopez? It's not that you just save her life. It's the fact that she's pregnant with a life. And you know what's going to happen, Mr. Lopez? That child is going to live. And they are going to have a child. And that child is going to have a child. And that child that is born is going to be the one that actually discovers the cure for cancer. But unless you take the job and drive down the street every day and save that woman, that child will never be born. Now, you know, by this time, I'm in full tears and I'm crying because I know that what he is saying is the truth. I know that what he is telling me is what I need to hear. It's what I need to do. Although I don't want to do it, although I think it's the most terrible decision I could ever make in my life, I know that this is what I need to do. Because there's somebody that needs me in some strange way. Or maybe I'm the one that's gonna be saved. I looked at him and I said, thank you. Thank you for waking me up. Thank you. I didn't have anything else to say, but thank you. And I took his business card. And I've kept his business card in my little wallet here for now going on 11 years, 10 years. It is a reminder of when an angel can show up in your life. See, you don't have to be an angel all the time. You just need to be an angel at the right time. You need to help somebody at the right time. You need to tell somebody something great at the right time. It doesn't mean that you have to be perfect all the time. None of us are perfect. We all struggle. We all have challenges. You just need to be ready to be an angel when it matters the most to either you or someone else, or when you hear God talking to you. So, don't let any opportunity slip away. Because had I not taken that job, it would have not opened me up to the amazing people that I met and that I do work with now as a photographer, a videographer, social media artist, all the things that I love to do. It's okay sometimes to go on a path that you don't know what the outcome may be. But just know that somewhere along the way, there's gonna be an angel who's gonna help you. It's gonna give you some help, whether that's telling you something great, helping you do something, helping you accomplish something. It's gonna happen. So, may you have a great day, and may an angel be with you today. Peace.